everyone, Dawn here from Butcher's Chicory. I just want to do a quick video to show everybody how to get a proper DNA sample from your bird for DNA testing or recessive white, or to see if they have the blue egg-laying gene. So a couple things that you will need will be this septic powder to stop the nail from bleeding once you trim it. You'll need a pair of nail trimming scissors. You'll need alcohol prep whites, okay. And you will need these small little baggies, and inside of the bag are another thing that you will need, which is the actual tube to put the blood sample in, which is this. This is the 0.2 PCR, 0.2 milliliter PCR tube, and you'll just drop the blood right into the cap. So you'll need that as well. And you'll need some gloves, just because you're dealing with blood. And what I recommend getting are the bands. This is the small bands for chicks. And if you're going to be testing some older birds that you can't really tell yet what they are, you can always get the larger ones for the larger leg. Okay. And I will send you several, or an Amazon link to the list that I suggest that will have all these, and you can order them off Amazon. Everything is you can order off Amazon. And I think the materials that we got, or the materials that I chose, are some of the lowest that are available, and they will give you enough tests to do, honestly, like 50 to 100 birds. So you'll have plenty to last a very long time. Another thing I recommend is having a marker handy. That way you can mark the bag as well as the tube. So in this case, this is bird number 5. I marked the tube with the number 5 as well. And I always have a paper and my marker handy so that I basically have a key. So the first chick that I will do will be a chocolate cuckoo. And then I only have one, so I just put chocolate cuckoo. But I will be using the band because I have a couple porcelain bantam cochins that I will test. And for them, like, I put porcelain red. So that'll be an indication to me that it'll be a porcelain cochin that'll have the red band on the leg. And then the other one that I will do will be the porcelain, and I'll use a blue band to put on the leg. And that way I know which one. And actually, I'm lying, I'm gonna have to change that to purple because there is no blue in the bag. So let me go get the bird and then we'll do the first test. Okay, so a couple things I forgot to add when I said those items. One is a bubble mailer. If you are going to be shipping your samples to me instead of dropping it off if you're not local, I'm in Paris, California by Lake Matthews area, you don't need bubble mailers to mail them to me. You don't want to mail it in a regular envelope because the bubble mailer protects it from getting smashed like a regular envelope. And I think that was it. Okay, so, oh, gloves. You need gloves. So make sure you have gloves. I think I may have said that before, but I just want to reiterate it because it'll help with cross-contamination as well as you're dealing with blood. So what I have, I changed it up. Instead of the chocolate cuckoo, I want to get this black satin done. So here it is. I think it's a girl, but we'll see. So what you want to first start by doing is getting your alcohol wipe and wiping the scissors. Even if you buy them brand new, get in the habit of using the alcohol wipe to clean the scissors before and after a test, because if you don't, you will have cross-contamination, which will give you a false test, especially if you used it to clip a bird's nails and you don't clean it in between doing the next bird's nails. You're going to have DNA left over from the previous bird, and that's how you're going to get a false test, because the test might be accurate, but it's based on the bird prior rather than the bird you're doing now. So what I'm going to do is just thoroughly wipe the scissors, the blades, everywhere, every crevice that liquid can get into. You want to make sure that it is completely clean. Completely clean. So I feel pretty confident with this one. And then I'm going to use another alcohol wipe. And these I have open already because, you know, birds can fly and run away. So I want to have them ready. This bird luckily is pretty chill, so I don't have to worry about that. But now I'm going to pick the toe that I want to do. I think the middle toe is the easiest simply because it's the longest. So I'll get that toe. And if the toe is clear instead of black or brown, whatever color it could be. But if it's clear, you can really see where the blood is inside of the toenail. So you don't need to clip too far up because you don't want it to create too much bleeding. You only need a little drop. So I just cleaned that middle toenail. It's gonna be hard to see with the camera, but it's there. Hopefully you can see it a little bit now. So I'm gonna use my clean and sterile scissors and I'm gonna just clip it. And since it is a clear toenail, I can see where the blood is inside of the toenail, and that's what I'm gonna use. It's easier for me if you're not holding the toe, because the minute you hold the toe, they wanna grasp it, and that's when it's a little harder to cut, especially if you're doing it by yourself, which I am. So I'm just gonna clip it where I see the blood, and you'll know when you got blood because it'll hurt them just a little bit, temporarily. Okay, so as you can see, there is a tiny little blood coming. I'm gonna show you, I'm probably gonna lose the blood, but it's okay. So you can see just that little dab of blood, that's all I need. You do not need a lot. As a matter of fact, I don't want a lot because I don't want you to cause clotting in the cap. So I'm gonna put it in the cap part, okay? And just gonna dab it right in there. Okay, that is literally all I need. Not a lot. I do not want a lot of blood, just a little bit for a sample. Okay, so then I'm just gonna use my finger to push the bottom of the cap down, and it's not gonna work because I'm on camera. So what I'm gonna do is push it down, or just use my clean tablecloth. I put a puppy pad down. Sorry, I meant to tell you, but it is a clean puppy pad, and I just use that to secure it. Okay, and that's it. And then there's a little blood on there, so I'm just gonna use my septic. Well, I'll wipe it first, so I don't get too much blood in there. But I'll just use my septic and just dab it in there, and boom, that is it. So as you can see, bird is all good. It's on there. Stop the bleeding. That's all you need. Only took a second. So I'm then gonna put this PCR tube in my bag that is labeled number 1. I don't want to stick it in a random bag or put multiple tubes in here in case one of the lids opens and then it contaminates all the other ones. So you want them in individual baggies. So 1 and 1. That is my first test. Okay, so I'm gonna go put this bird up. I'm gonna go grab another one, and this one this time I'll grab one of the porcelains so that you can see me label it with the band. Okay, so again, I changed my mind, and what I'm gonna do is test this beautiful blue calico phantom coaching. So I think that it's a boy. Let me see. No way you guys can see how pretty he is. So I think it's a boy, just because he's already developing a pretty nice comb and wattles. It's hard to see from the video, but it's there, and he has really pretty colors. So I'm curious what he is because he's so cute. So I'm gonna set him down for a quick second. Again, I am going to thoroughly clean the scissors. That way any DNA blood left from the previous chicken is not on here. So every crevice, every corner, anywhere that blood could have gotten any type of transfer, we do not want that to happen. That way you get an accurate test. So really, really get in there. Okay. And once you're satisfied, set it down for a quick second. I'll get my other one. And with this one, I will clean the toe that I want to cut for it. For me, the middle toe again. Toenail. And there we go. So now, oh, I forgot to get out my number 2. Sorry, I'm talking to my son. If you can put that in the incubator, it's fine. So I should have done this before I started the video, but I forgot. So I'm gonna get out the one I labeled number 2. This one. Okay, so let me get the tube, which is here, labeled 2, bag 2. Okay. So I got my bird, I got a clean toenail, and I also have clean scissors. And again, it's easier to see with him because he's not fighting as much, but you can see his toenail is nice and clear. And with that, I can easily see where the blood is. So I'm gonna go ahead and trim it. And if you cut it and you don't get any blood, just cut it again, short. Okay, it's kind of windy and my plastic bag just flew off the table. So there's a little bit of blood right there, not a lot, and that's fine. So I'm just gonna take the cap again and just dab it right in there. Again, you don't need a lot. I do not need a lot of blood. So even though it looks like a little bit, that is all I need just to pull some DNA off of. Okay, so nothing, not a lot. So then I'm gonna use my clean surface that I have the puppy pad on and close the lid. That way my finger, nothing touches the lid to contaminate that. Okay, and because I cut so short and got a tiny bit of blood, it's really not even bleeding, but I'll go ahead and dip it in there anyway. So there we go, 2 tests done. Okay, and with him, I'm gonna go ahead and band it because I have a couple more blue calicos. So I'm gonna label him with a green band that I'll put on his foot. I'll use this one for now. As he gets bigger, I'll switch it out to the larger one. But I don't need that now. So your bands, you wanna make sure that they're loose enough to move around. That way they don't, you know, cut off circulation on their foot. And he's tiny, so it does. It moves around just fine. And once he gets bigger, I'll switch it out to a green one if I still have him at that time. And now, because I changed that out, I'm gonna also update my key. So number 2 is now a blue calico, green. So it's updated right there. And when I'm done, I'll make this pretty, but I'm just trying to get it done quick. So that's 2. It's simple, it's easy, there's not much more to it. I'm gonna do probably about 10 more birds just so I can get it out the way now while I have everything out and ready. But if you have any questions, please feel free to message me. I will always respond to you, and if I don't respond quickly, it's because I'm busy, but I will respond to you within a couple hours. So my name is Dawn from Butcher's Chick Chicory, and thank you very much. I hope this helps you.